Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Wednesday. Today's November 13th, 6:23 in the morning, Mountain Standard Time. And today is going to be that CPI data report. So it's an inflation report that's tracked every single month. And this will give us a better understanding if inflation is going up or down. So in the next 7 minutes, the report should be released, and we should have a better understanding, again, how the market's going to react. The first thing that you should know is where this report is released. It's bls.gov/CPI. This will update. It currently says September. It will update to October because the month has to complete itself for it to be reported. And then what is the market's expectation? Let's go ahead and go on over here. You go over to CPI report, and core CPI is expected to stay the same from 3.3 to 3.3. And then core overall CPI, is that correct? Expected to go up 0.2%. So they actually expect a jump from 2.4 to 2.6. So they actually expect inflation to go up. That is the market's expectation. So I guess if it doesn't, might be better for the market. If it does, then it's as expected. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how the market actually reacts. NASDAQ market's slightly in the red, just a little bit. Looks like it's kind of just consolidating. So again, in the next 6 minutes, we should know or should be able to see live how the market exactly is going to react. So, all right. Good morning. If you guys can hear me and see me okay, please let me know in the live chat. You do have to be subscribed to partake in that live chat, but it is absolutely for free. All right. Looks good. Perfect. All right. Let's see if we have any pre-market movers. We have Bitcoin pretty much trading roughly around the same price for the past 2 days. A lot of consolidation here. No progress on the upside, but also no progress on the downside. Remember, when Bitcoin begins to fall, so will Coinbase and so will Robinhood. But as of right now, it looks like it's doing just fine. Just a lot of consolidation. The one that we talked about yesterday, if you guys are subscribed to the channel, is Save. Save is down 61.49%. If you guys didn't see the news, you guys can go right on over here. What they ended up doing was filing a 12B-25. So pretty much what that means is they're delaying their quarterly filing, meaning that when they report their earning report, they're delaying it. It looks like Frontier ended up rejecting the bid to acquire Spirit Airlines, and I guess it threw Spirit in, it put Spirit in a bad position because they only had up until December, I think, to really figure things out and being able to restructure its debt. So it's not looking good for Spirit, as you guys can see, right? From highs of $3.27 to lows of 84 cents, realistically trading at $1.25 as of right now. We cannot be surprised that, hey, it might be the end for Spirit. Unless you want to believe in a Hail Mary type of approach, that could be something, but yeah. So the Fed is going to keep cutting rates. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but if inflation moves up dramatically, then no, the Federal Reserve will not be continuing to cut rates. But yeah, if inflation comes in as expected, then yes. Is it the end of Spirit Airlines? We'll see. There's a lot of companies that file for bankruptcy and still last 1, 2, 3 years during the midst of all of that. So it doesn't mean that Spirit Airlines has to stop working, right? or offering its services. I believe they still can. Ricky, did you buy Spirit? No, I don't trade like that. I don't just buy something because it's sold off. It's too risky. I just like talking about it. Are you trying to short that thing? No, I'm not trying to short Spirit. It's already down 61%, so it does have potential for it to recover. So I'm just talking about it. I have no intention of trading it by any means. It's just something that I found to be interesting. A lot of people are aware of that company and how it's been struggling. So yeah. All right, guys. We have 1 minute left. Right over 1 minute. There we go. Yeah, 1 minute left. CPI data report is about to be released. This will give us a better understanding. Again, if we expect the market to be bullish or bearish today, it looks like Tesla is trying to recover right now, which is pretty nice. We're at 33545. Looks like we hit highs of 33938. All right, and here we go. You guys ready? Less than 30 seconds left. So if it's not too much to ask, all I ask you to do is drop a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and sit back, relax, and watch the market react to this CPI data report. So I'm going to go to NASDAQ because this is QQQ, which is the NASDAQ 1-for-1 ETF. We have less than 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks like market's reacting in a positive way. Really nice push there. Tesla pushing up to 336. There it goes. Big push. Look at that. I'm going to include extended hours. I'm going to lock in profits. Oh, what the? Here we go. Locking in profits pre-market session. So there it goes. Still trying to push up. And we are fully out. That was fun. Carried a position from yesterday to today. Not going to be a crazy trade, but $3,900. Not a bad way to start the day, right? Ricky went long on Tesla. I like how calm you are. Thank you. All right, big push on NASDAQ. Looks like market's reacting in a positive way, becoming a little bit more on the overbought side. So be cautious for a potential reversal. Nice little uptick there. Now it looks like it might be getting rejected. So, all right. It's a 2% move. We could enter short here. It looks like market was trying to recover. What do we think? How's the report? Yeah, I guess that's why we're tuning in, right? I just know market reacted in a positive way. Overall CPI came in at 2.6%. Core CPI came in all as expected. Exactly as expected. 3.3, which is core CPI, 2.6 overall CPI. Expectation, reality. Expectation, reality. You guys see that? We can refresh this. I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you guys want me to break down the report? Where are we at right now? We have about 1,300 of you guys here. Is it too much to ask? If this video gets 1,000 likes, just drop a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I'll do it. I'll break down the report super quick. It's very easy to understand. Yep, break it down. Sweet. Yeah, and all I ask you guys to do is drop a thumbs up. Where are we at? We're at 200 likes. So just make sure you drop a thumbs up. All right. I'll wait here for the time being. I'm going to enter short. Turn on extended hours. All right, just 50 shares, which is about almost $17,000. Reality or doctored numbers that will be revised later? Oh, you sneaky, sneaky. I see what you did there. Yeah, I mean, I guess we never know, right? Another 50 shares. Looks like it's getting rejected. Okay. All right, we'll see if we get rejected. So that's a light position. Dope. All right, I'll just go ahead and jump in and do it. They like their Ricky indicator. Nice. So let's go ahead and click on the little PDF. So again, I want to make sure that you guys are all aware on how you guys can do this on your own, right? The goal is to be self-sufficient. That's something that we talk about all the time within our LPP group. The goal is not just to be like dependent on me. The goal is for you to understand what exactly is going on. Again, the CPI data report is released every single month. It's normally released anywhere from the 9th to the 14th of the month. That's just the common theme, right? Within the first like 2 weeks. It's an inflation report. It tracks if inflation is going up or down month over month. So again, this is not weekly. This is not daily. This is monthly. So it pretty much tracks the last 12 months. And you go to bls.gov/CPI. This is the official website. There's forecasts, right? So you can look at these tools to give you a better understanding of what the market is expecting. But then there's the actual report. So we click on PDF. I like the PDF version. You can click on the HTML. And it's really easy to read the report. So you kind of have to like ignore all of the noise. Just make sure that it's the most recent report. So this one was released today, November 13th, which is today's most recent report. And if we're looking at overall CPI, it's going to be within this first section. So it says the consumer price index, right, blah, 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 increased 0.2% on seasonal adjustment in the month of October. Again, we're tracking the month of October that was released today. So based off of that 0.2% increase, that is actually exactly what the market was expecting, right? Because we were at 2.4%. We were expecting a 0.02% increase, roughly around that, right? So over the last 12 months, all items increased 2.6% before seasonal adjustment, supporting the case that inflation report came in at 2.6%, went from 2.4 to 2.6. So is inflation going up or down? Well, technically, inflation is actually going up. So if you have a conversation with your friends or family, or they begin to ask you questions about what it is that you're doing and what it is that you know, hey, inflation's actually going up month over month. We went from 2.4%. The Federal Reserve's price target is 2%. We're currently at 2.6%. So we actually went up 0.2% from the month of September to the month of October, supporting the case that inflation is actually going up a little bit. Now, why exactly is it going up? Well, I'm sorry. Core CPI. Core CPI is all items less food and energy. There's a number of list of items that they pretty much track when it comes down to this inflation report. And this is all items less food and energy. So it's really more of the focus of the Federal Reserve. So they like to focus more on core CPI than overall CPI, but overall CPI is still very important. So all items less food and energy came out to be 3.3%. And again, the market's expectation was 3.3% versus previous of 3.3%. So it came in as expected. So if you look at all items or core, if you look at core CPI, this one actually came in as expected from the 3.3 and actually came in at 3.3%. So now this is pretty much just tracking the last 12 to 13 months, and it's telling us, hey, is inflation going up or down? And this is what we've seen for the past 12 months. This is overall core CPI and overall CPI. So this is all items, the blue, less items, food and energy. So core CPI, CPI. So again, this is 3.3, and that's exactly what that tells us, 3.3. That's why the dotted line is there. And then this blue line is overall CPI, which is 2.6. So we bottomed in the month of September at 2.4, and now we're at 2.6. So I guess we were on a consistent decline. We bottomed September at 2.4%, and now we're at 2.6%. Pretty simple to read, right? This is the actual report. Let me make sure that you guys can see it okay and that I don't block it. So these are the items that are being tracked every single month. So this is the actual CPI data report. These are all the line items. This is food, this is energy, this is all items less food and energy. So everything from here on down. It's commodities less food and energy, new vehicles, used vehicles, trucks, apparel, medical care services, shelter, transportation, medical care services. And all I'm looking at is this line right here, because this line was October. That was last month. This is August. That was the month before. This is just telling us like the past 5 to 6 months, month over month over month over month, what has increased or decreased according to these line items. I only care about October. October was the one that was just reported. So then I can look at this. All items, right? That's the first line. Saw an increase of 0.2%. That's why we went from 2.4 to 2.6%. Okay. So, but it's because of how the sum of all of this comes to 0.2%. Let me explain. There's food, saw an increase of 0.2%. Food at home, saw an increase of 0.1%. So food away from home, saw an increase of 0.2%. And then we see energy. Energy, I guess, saw no change. How does something see no change? It actually decreases. So again, if energy, as in like gasoline prices, fuel oil prices go down, that's a decrease. So you can see with the decrease and then the increases, if it evens out, then that's how we don't actually see a huge dump or a huge drop, is because, again, they balance each other out. So it looks like energy commodities saw a decrease of 1%. Gasoline saw a decrease of 0.9%. One of the biggest decreases in the month of October, we saw a decrease in, what is that? Fuel oil. I think that's fuel oil, and it's negative 4.6%. So if your family or friends were to ask you, well, what did you see in the CPI data report that was released today? Well, one of the biggest line items that saw a drop, right, that's being tracked by the CPI data report is fuel oil, meaning that fuel oil saw a drop of 4.6% from the month of September to the prices that were reported in the month of October. So that was a significant drop. And you can see that with all these other items of utility, gas pipe services, and the list goes on. When you add all of these minus the sum of these big takeaways, you only get an increase of 0.2%. So pretty useful to know and how it's all tracked. So California gas is $5. Hey, I'm just reporting the report. I don't know what it is per state, per city. I'm just saying what these numbers are reporting, and it's reporting the case that fuel oil actually saw a drop. If you didn't see a drop in the month of October, then that is what one of our members was just saying in the live chat. That was, obviously with the job reports and with all these different things, they've had to revise these, reports. Hopefully we don't have to revise anything when it comes down to these CPI data reports. But as of now, this is what is being reported and this is what is being tracked. So this is core CPI. So again, all items less food and energy. Core CPI is just everything below this. So it says commodities, Commodities saw no change. New vehicles saw no change. Used cars and trucks saw an increase of 2.7%. So that's actually pretty good, right? That means that used car and trucks are actually going up in price. I like that because, again, we want our values of the vehicles to continue to either hold or go up. It looks like apparel saw a decrease of negative 1.5%. Medical care commodities, negative 0.2%. And then we have shelter or services, less energy services, 0.3% increase. We have shelter, 0.4% increase, transportation services, 0.4% increase, and medical care services, 0.4% increase. So all items, 0.02%. All items less food and energy, 0.3%. So that is why, again, based off of what was reported, core CPI came in at 3.3%. Overall CPI came in at 2.6%. So core CPI is currently higher than overall CPI. That's something that I want you to take into consideration, right? And then based off of what was reported, 2.6, 3.3. Okay? How did we do? Pretty simple to understand? Did we make it a little bit easier for you guys to understand? Not terrible, right? Pretty easy. Cool? So apparel went up. No more wife beater and tank tops, buddy. Oh, you guys are roasting me today. Um, that's pretty much it. I mean, that is the CPI data report. It looks like the market is reacting in a positive way. NASDAQ market, as you guys can see, quickly gapped up. That's why it's really important. It's not super, super important. Like, you didn't have to wake up today and watch this live. But if you are not watching it live and you're watching it at a later time, this is what we experience on a monthly basis. There's an inflation report. The inflation report is released, the market reacts, and some people like to trade this. They like to wait for the market to react. Some people like to try to guess, hey, is market going up or down? And then they'll trade accordingly. I personally like to wait for the market to react and then trade. You know, it became overbought, and this is exactly what we're going to cover in our live trading session today with the LPP team. I waited for an opportunity to become overbought. I'm now choosing to enter on a short. Once I get confirmation, I can choose to short Tesla if I see that it's getting confirmation or reversal on the way down. As of right now, I had a long position on Tesla that I was able to enter yesterday during the aftermarket trading session, and I locked in profits on that position, walking away with $3,600 so far on the day. So we'll see if we can get closer to the target of $5,000 today. Again, I will be trading live in just a few minutes, in under an hour, actually exactly 45 minutes from now. And I want to remind you, you do not have to, but I do trade live every single morning. And if you want to watch me trade live in the next 45 minutes and every day moving forward, again, it's actually, I don't even know if the discount is in the description. So we have a discount or a sale going on right now. It should be active. It's the second link in the description down below. And it would allow you to sign up for LPP, which is our daily live trading sessions and our A to Z video lesson library. It's all inclusive. It's a one-time payment. And with the current sale that we have going on, it breaks down to $1 a day. So again, it's up to you. If you want to join, you can join right now for one of our biggest sales. Second link in the description down below. You do not have to. You can continue to figure this out on your own. I want to remind you that LPP is just designed for complete beginners. They get access to my daily live trading sessions, which a lot of these beginners value. If you don't value it and you prefer to trade on your own, I respect that. I want to remind you and want you to be well aware that you could do this all on your own. It's just, again, do you want to condense the time that it might take for you to figure it out and the mistakes that you might make leading up to it? So that is all, right? Second link in the description down below. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. If not, again, I'll see you in just a few minutes for our live trading session, and I hope to see you there. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team. That was